Coach Juan Carlos Amorós. Juan, if you could just start us off with two things, really. Obviously, first and foremost, we announced the signing of Jaedyn Shaw this morning. You've had a chance to interact with her a little bit. So just your thoughts on this addition to the team, and then we can shift gears for a second and talk a little bit about San Diego as well.
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic movement from the club, and something we are super excited about is to welcome Jaden to Gotham Football Club. It's obviously a player since I came to this country that has always been very, very special. I think she's a extremely talented player that can do things that probably no they can, and it was a possibility that came up, and for us it was a no-brainer to make sure that she could join the fantastic group of players that we have. It shows the ambition of our ownership, of our management team, to try to support the team to be the best it can be, and I think we're all very, very excited to start working with Jaden for her integration with the group, and uh, to see her grow with us, no?
All right, we'll open it up for questions. Jeff, I think you had your hand raised first, so go ahead.
Thanks, Jeff. Hey, Juan. Thanks for taking the time.
Hello.
With Jaden, I guess firstly on the quick one, what are your expectations for availability for her tomorrow, and maybe how to use her? But then, broader, bigger picture. Obviously, a lot of talent in your front six, especially. When you made this move and envisioned what that long term looked like with her, where do you see her fitting into that positionally and into the system?
Yeah, well, I think that in terms of the availability, we need to wait and see. Obviously, it's a player that, as far as I'm aware, has no physical issues at the moment, which is great. But we still have to go to training, and we will see. And then in terms of the where I see her fitting in, I think I'm not gonna discover this to anyone, but we're a very offensive team. So we like to attack, we like to be exciting, we like to be offensive. I think in the last game, after halftime, I think we were playing basically with 6 or 7 players that for the rest of the world they are known as forwards, so that could be, understood as forwards. For us, they are football players that play roles within the pitch, and I think Jaden can be a player that in those midfield positions, offensive positions, that we praise ourselves to play with that fluidity, with that exchange of roles, is someone that can fit really, really well. So yeah, that's how I see it, no, in one of those offensive midfielders or positions.
And just as you were evaluating this move, I mean, you said it came up as a possibility. Like, how much did you factor her last 8 months or so? I mean, I think she's talked about that being a transition, and maybe wasn't quite what it was in her early days in San Diego. Like, did you view that as maybe a mismatch systemically with that team, or like how did you kind of
Well, I think when we
factor?
evaluate a player, we evaluate for. Sorry, cut off a little bit at the end. I don't know.
Oh, no, go ahead. You got it. You got it.
No, yeah, like when we evaluate a player, we evaluate who we think the player is and who the player we think it can be. If I ask you how many games did Esther Gonzalez play for her club before coming to us, somebody will know, because she played zero. So she didn't play at all. So, and then we thought that she was a great player that could really help us, and 3 years down the line, she's here, one of the best players in the league of the world. Obviously, Jaden, maybe North Carolina, people think that she hasn't done certain things that maybe everyone was expecting her to do. I still saw a very special player that does things that no the players can do in certain moments, and I think it's how you can maximize those things that a player have within your system, within your environment, to be able to play at the highest level, no? And I think that's what we evaluate with Jaden, and why she's here is because we really believe in her and how she is at the moment, and how she can grow to be even better, no?
Pardeep, go ahead.
Hi, Juan. Something Jaden said was that the move happened pretty quickly. Is there anything you can add on that note? Like, can you describe how the process by which Gotham decided they wanted to get her?
Yeah, well, I don't discover this to anyone when I say that, like every single football club in the world, they also always have certain targets that you see as a player that could strengthen your roster for the level of the players they are, and Jaden is one of those players, and suddenly the possibility came up. Obviously, we were looking at the strengthening the team where we obviously knew that the situation with Neely and that we wanted to bring someone that young but at the same time with experience that is really ready to compete and to win and that is exciting at a different level, and I think Jaden definitely fits that profile. So yeah, it was definitely done very, very quick, which is part of the world we live in at the moment, and I'm glad that she's here with us. No, super, super excited.
Thanks.
Carrie, go ahead.
Hey, JC, nice to see you again. It's been a long time.
Hello.
Uh, Obviously, I've asked Jaden about this as well. The big money that's now being bandied about at the top of the women's game, lots of transfer records being broken in the last transfer window. And obviously, there's a lot of talk about this deal as well. And you mentioned the club's ambition. It must also be very personally satisfying for you that, Gotham are right up there at the top table competing for these top players.
Yeah, absolutely. For me to work with an ownership group as the one that I do, no, with Caroline Tish at the forefront, with Ed from the moment I came here, really trying to drive the standards to improve the club, to really grow something innovative, something new, and put all the resources they have into it. I think it's very, very exciting. I think you all know Yael. She always try to create the best that she can to help us compete, to help us win, and I think for me to work for a club that really want to be at the forefront of it is a privilege, is an honor. The same with the rest of my staff, the support staff that we have, the players. We are excited. We are proud to defend the Gotham badge, and I think when you have the world stage looking at yourself, like we are competing in February in that first World Cup against Arsenal. We want to make sure that we are the best we can be by then. Like we have certain targets that may be a little bit different, and to have an ownership group and to work for a club that really push those standards it's exciting. And then regarding the market, I think it's just the world we live in at the moment. No, women's football has been traditionally a market where everyone was moving when the end of their contract came or we trades, but that is changing because of the growth. There is millions of people watching these games. There is more revenue. There is more interest, and that obviously automatically generates more competition, and then more competition generates more money, and more money generates bigger transfer fees. And I think it's just part of where we are, no? Like not only here as Gotham, but like if you look around the league or other clubs in the league, other clubs around the world, this is just happening, and every time is obviously like one of these big moves is still very impactful. But I think my understanding is it's going to become more and more normal from the clubs that want to stay at the forefront of it because it's what it takes sometimes.
Thank you so much. Best of luck.
Thank you, Carrie. Good to see you.
Juan, if you could just speak to this matchup with San Diego as well. It's obviously a huge game.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, 3 points apart in the standings. Obviously, a lot at stake. Just your thoughts on this pairing for tomorrow.
Yeah, well, one that we're very, very excited about, San Diego. I think it's a great team. They've done a fantastic job this season with Jonas and the chemistry and how they do things. And for us, it's gonna be definitely a challenging game, but one that we feel that we're ready for. No, I've been like I always feel like always on this kind of same script. Like, I'm happy with the team. Sometimes the results come, sometimes don't, but I think the performances of the team have been very consistent. I think our defensive has been outstanding in terms of what we are allowing other teams to create. I think we needed to be a little bit sharper in front of goal. Obviously, this last week, no, where we had 3 games, we've been able to be a little bit better in that aspect, and that's the way we wanna keep going. No, we know that a win tomorrow will again push us even higher on the table, which is where we want to be. But at the same time, for us, it's always a game by game situation. In this league, maybe now San Diego is not in the best form, but that can change dramatically. Like, even probably the game last week, it was really good from Houston, but San Diego could have won it as well. It's just like, it's a game of fine margins, and we're working really hard to make sure that those fine margins are on our side tomorrow. No?
All right. Thank you so much, Juan. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, guys. Always good to see you all.